So, for example, to do women's history would mean not just to say, what did women do in the past, but to say, what is it now that lets us think about gender, the relations between men and women, in the ways we do, as a natural category? Did people always think that the differences were entirely natural? What's the difference between thinking about gender as God's product or nature's product? Is there any difference? What's the difference if you say there have always been changes in the categories, even of men and women, over time, and we need to know what those are, because not only will it help us understand the past, but it'll make us realize that things can be changed in the present, that things don't always have to be the way they always seem to have been. So when I read Foucault, it was like another version of the critical challenge. It was, okay, he's saying that you don't have to think of history as a continuous linear development. You can ask where the breaks are and why they happen. And even if the words used are the same, women, man, reason, passion, they mean different things at different times. What is it that brings those different meanings? What is it that allows the French to think about Muslims as, and the wearing of a headscarf as an unacceptable form of behavior? And why headscarves? Why women? Why not go after imams? You know, why not that they don't discriminate against North Africans who are Muslims, North Africans and Africans who are Muslims, but it's, what is it that allowed this to become the symbol of what was wrong with Muslims? There's two problems with Muslims. One is they're darker, or they're three maybe. One is that they're darker. Two is that they're coming from former colonies, so that their relationship socially to the metropole, to the dominant population in France, is as people who have been defined in a certain way, as inferior for years and years. 1830 is when the French conquer Algeria for the first time. So you have a long history which associates these people with inferiority. And the third thing is that they are insisting on practicing their religion in a public way, whereas part of the assimilation process in France is that religion is a private matter. You know, at the moment of the war and the beginning of the war in Afghanistan, Laura Bush was talking everywhere about how we were freeing these women from the oppression that they had suffered, even as her president's administration was trying to take away the right to abortion, was being supported by Christian fundamentalists who believed that women's role was to stay at home and have children and take care of their children. And there was no realization on the part of many people who bought that line that these were people who at home were interested in oppressing women in certain ways while liberating them in Afghanistan.